Is time in the market better than trying to time the market for gold and silver? Can you trade gold and silver like a professional trader? Well, maybe, but I really don't think it's worth the stress and the hassle because quite frankly, just owning gold and silver for a long period of time will do you the world of good. I can speak from experience of owning gold for nearly 10 years and seeing the growth that I've had on it. That's not to say that's guaranteed into the future. But one thing I will say is trying to time the market and get the best deal possible is not always practical. But you can bet your bottom dollar that gold and silver will just continue to hold that value over time and work for you when you need it most. So let's dive in and have a good old precious metal ramble. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for another Precious Metal Ramble, where we have down-to-earth discussions about all things precious and shiny. Now there is an old adage which is used primarily for stocks and shares, which is time in the market is better than timing the market. Now that is very applicable to stocks and shares. If you've ever invested in stocks and shares, you probably know that you don't have anywhere near the knowledge, skills, or even technology to compete with the big traders and banks and all the other financial institutions. But with silver and gold, we are taking this into our own possession. We are the masters of our own destiny when it comes to owning gold and silver. And we have, I think, a bit of a responsibility to try and time the market if we are trying to buy and sell, because you want to get the cheapest possible price when you buy and hopefully the highest possible price when you sell. But also time in the market for silver and gold is, in my opinion, a lot more valuable than trying to time the market. So we're going to explore that a little bit today and talk a little bit about how, yes, time in the market is really important, but timing the market is also just as important, and trying to get the right deals for you as a stacker. I was inspired to make this video by an individual who commented on one of my videos saying that he is a single father looking to save money, put money in gold, and wants to buy a single 1 gram gold bar every month, and then after 3 or 4 months sell them, cash that in and buy a half sovereign. And it just got me thinking that's just a really, really bad idea. Not necessarily because he wants to buy gold, but because the way he's going about buying gold leads him to have issues around timing the market. He's not got enough time in the market to get the results that perhaps he's looking for, and there maybe are better ways to save that money and save premiums as well. So we're going to talk about all of that and more in this video. Do take a moment to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed for our down-to-earth precious metal rambles. We do this kind of video every week, and I think it's really important to have that contrarian view. Silver and gold are not the best thing in the world, but they are very good, and we like them here on this channel. So if we go back to the example I was just talking about there, about the comment looking to buy 1 gram of gold per month for say 4 months and then selling it and buying a half sovereign. Now the problem I have with that strategy is very much around premiums, and also time in the market is not long enough that you will be able to time the market. So if you're buying 1 gram gold at the moment, if you're buying it from a dealer, pretty much you're not going to get it for less than £100 a gram. Now, spot price on gold right now is about £80 a gram. So if you are buying 4 of these for £400 or for £100 each for 400 total, and then you go on the 4th month and you go, I've now got 4 of them, I'm going to sell them and swap them out for a sovereign. You will be very lucky to get £100 back for them, unless you do the hard work and try and sell them yourself on eBay or on the internet, but then you're not going to be able to get all of them sold at the same time, maybe not get the same price for all of them. So you go to a dealer and you're going to get spot price at best, if not a little less. So you then are basically spending 80 quid for the privilege of having owned this for a very short period of time. So what I actually said to the person on the comment section, I said because their situation was obviously difficult and they find it difficult to save money. And that's one thing that I love about gold and silver. It is a really good way to save money, but you have to do it responsibly. And that was to go to the bank, get £100 out each month in £1 coins, get a big jar, fill that jar up with the pound coins. Because if you just have £100 in cash lying around, you're probably going to go and spend it. It's, oh, look, there's a £10 note. I'm just going to go spend that. £100 in £1 coins, a little bit more difficult to go and spend. You have to get them out of the jar. It's a faff. So save like that. Do that once a month for 4 months. You'll have £400. You then go and buy a sovereign, half sovereign, sorry. So a half sovereign right now is It's approximately 300, maybe 310, 320 with premium from a dealer. You can see the difference there. You're going to save money overall. And then in like the 12th month, you'll have enough money left over to buy another sovereign, another half sovereign. Easy. So time in the market is the big problem there for that individual. Not having enough time in the market to really fully appreciate what is going on with the gold ownership. And we'll talk a little bit more about that full context after a quick word from Trusty Metrics, today's video sponsor. We are very proudly sponsored by Trusty Metrics, who are the UK's exclusive supplier of the Sigma precious metal testing machines. They are fantastic bits of kit, worth their weight in gold, in my opinion. They've helped me grow my business and my stack and have that peace of mind that all the gold and silver that I own and that I buy is indeed real gold and silver. Something that if you're a business is imperative, but if you're a stacker, that peace of mind, as I said, is worth its weight in gold. Now, Trusty Metrics are a fantastic organization, a small family-run business that provides customer service second to none. And I have first-hand experience of getting their technical help and expertise when I've been trying to test big chunky bars of silver like this, or just getting to grips with how the machines run. They are always there. I mean, they've been fantastic for me, even on weekends, to get prompt answers for just simple queries. They are a non-pushy organization, and they have and continue to work with businesses and investors to make sure that the machines that they get are right for them. So if you're interested, you can go and see their website with the full range of machines that they have on offer. And if you're interested, reach out to them and tell them that Backyard Bullion sent you their way. Thank you once again to Trusty Metrics for sponsoring our channel. And now back on with our precious metal ramble. So, time in the market. Is that the real answer to gold and silver? Well, I would argue yes, because there have been a number of times where I've been looking to buy gold and silver, and I've been staring at the spot price trackers. Certainly when it comes to silver, buying enough silver for my poured silver business, I need like 50 plus kilos per year. And it's always a case of just, oh God, the price, I've got it in my basket. Oh, it's changed. And part of me is like, you just need to go and buy it. If you're going to go buy it, just go and buy it. But you need that time in the market to really get the best value for your money out of the silver. So if you are looking at buying right now, don't try and time the dips in the market, because it's just going to be next to impossible. Also, you're going to be maybe saving just a fraction of your percentage of your purchase. It's really not going to be that easy. For gold, I guess, like if you can save 0.5% because there's a bit of a swing in gold price, then you're saving more because you're maybe spending more money on some gold. But I still don't think it's worth the risk, because it could go up as well as down. That's what silver and gold do best. They go up, they go down. So don't try and time the market when you buy, just buy it. And then have that time in the market. Hold it for, I've said it plenty of times on my channel, 10, 15, 20, 30 years even. Just have it there. And there are a lot of stackers out there that will buy their gold and silver and they'll just have it and they'll never get rid of it. And they'll want it forever. They just hoard it, leave it to future generations. That is a subject for another time. I'm not entirely convinced that's often the best way forward, because you do find a lot of the time that friends and family members that inherit this stuff don't really know enough about it, and they end up just putting it through auction houses, and crikey, there are a lot of people who lose a lot of money or a lot of value, perceived value, on that kind of situation. So I'll do a video on that another time. But basically, don't leave it to your family members without educating them about it first, because that's just going to set yourself up for a lifetime's worth of saving that gets thrown into the pot of disaster. So time in the market, very much more important. If you have it for 20 years, you just can't go wrong. And I've had gold for, I've owned gold for about 10 years. No, is it 9 years? When was it? 2015. I think I bought my first piece of gold. 16 maybe. I think I bought some gold. I bought some gold in 2015, but I sold it because I made a bit of profit on it. I was like, yeah, I've timed the market, it's great. But if I just held it, my sovereign, it was a sovereign I bought for £180. My sovereign would be now worth £600. I cashed that sovereign in for £220. So you can really see the difference in the amount that you can make over a long period of time. And that's not to say that silver and gold are guaranteed in terms of profit making for that period of time, but still the fact remains that gold and silver are long-term assets, and time in the market for them is much better than trying to time the market. Now, selling your gold and silver to try and time the market at the other end, is that something that's practical? To a certain degree, if you've planned ahead, like for me, for example, I've got plans for my gold to be a little bit of a drawdown pot for my pension. I'll be looking hopefully to sell a little bit of gold every month just to top up the income, the money that I've got in my bank, basically to sort of fund my retirement when we are no longer doing this channel and no longer pouring silver, and I'm just wanting to sit back, relax, and enjoy my dotage in my golden years, to coin a phrase, golden years. But still, it's just about the slow, steady decline of my stack in that period of time. However, if there comes an opportunity where I see gold really doing some marvelous things, I will think about selling some, and I have done so in the past to fund other purchases. And that's, I think, the most important message for this whole video. If you've been watching this far, you'll know it's a common message on my channel. If you buy gold and silver, plan to sell when it is right for you. To quote the Pirates of the Caribbean, Captain Jack Sparrow, wait for the opportune moment. Wait for that timing that is right for you. Don't wait for the boiler to break down and you're forced to sell. Don't wait for the car to conk out and you need to go and buy a new car. Have your reserve funds, put your gold and silver in a drawer or a lockbox or a safe, and forget about it. Don't worry about it. When it comes right for you and you are ready, when you're good and ready with your ownership to pass it on or move it on, then you can. And you can do so knowing that you've done the right things along the way because you've had that longevity and that time in the market. So much easier and better. So there is my thoughts on silver and gold. Timing the market is harder than time in the market, but at the same time, both are applicable for silver and gold. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section on that subject. I'd love to know what you've got to say. For the Cool Kids Club, quote me serial number D18117 and I will know that you are very, very cool. Lets me know you've watched to the back end of one of my videos. And if you haven't subscribed and you've watched this far and you've enjoyed us rambling about this, then please do feel free to comment with your thoughts and opinions and also subscribe to our channel. We'll see you on the next video, and as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.